Hey y'all, back again with another CoBizian highlight. I'm here with Miss
Vanessa Calloway,
and she is the founder and the CEO of.
none other than Way2Love Inc.
All right, now, before we even get into what Way2Love does, why did you name it Way2Love?
Because I believe that there's a way to love that is right. We use the word love so loosely, but we want you to know that there's a way that all people should be loved, and it's a correct way to love one another.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, since we are on the focus of love, can you tell us how does Way2Love show up in the community?
Absolutely. So we love on our unhoused population. We have sponsored classrooms within the West Contra Costa Unified School District. We currently are working with the Castro residents from the Castro site in North Richmond. That was our first large contract.
And when you say Castro site, like what's the Castro site?
Okay, thank you for that. So the Castro site was a site that spanned 2.1 miles. It was a homeless encampment, a vehicle homeless encampment with RVs, cars, and a few tents that had over 100 residents when we took on the project back in August.
And what was your contributions to being able to successfully, help those individuals secure housing and receive services?
Well, through a lot of hard work and hitting the ground running, I was able to house and clear out Castro according to deadline that the city of Richmond had put in place for June 30th, 2023.
Okay, now, and what was the most when you do the work, you're doing it because you want to have an impact on people. So what's the most rewarding thing to you in regard to assisting those individuals?
You know, hearing the stories of some of our residents have been unhoused for over 10 plus years, and to be able to go take a bath in their own bathroom, right? To be able to invite family over to their house. Those have been some of the most impactful moments, them on their way to sobriety. It's those little nuggets that you don't hear too much about, and that your typical project manager don't work on the hands-on method with. That has been the most rewarding thing for me thus far.
Gotcha. And if I recall, you just essentially decided to take that full-time leap into your own endeavor, Way2Love. How do you feel right now? It's been a year, right?
Yes, it's been a year as of August this year. I made a year as a full entrepreneur, and my eyes have been open to a lot of things. I feel good about the choice. However, with any choice that we have and with life, it presents challenges, to say it politely. And you know, equity is something that is a lot of times spoke on but not acted on. And so I would like for our community at large to begin to operate in equity, operate in clear and effective communication, not just talk, not just going to city council meetings, making some noise, but actually us coming to the table and working together in true collaboration. Not collaboration on paper, but actually hearing one another out and being okay when there's differences and we don't understand everything, but asking the right questions on how can we get to the common goal. We may not agree on everything, but if we are really here to make an impact on our most vulnerable population, let's do it in a loving, compassionate, understanding way. And what that looks like, Wesley, is those that are behind closed doors in those offices, they can't just give direction. They have to actually come and see from our perspective, right? And so, because a lot of times you get directive from people who don't understand the work, and then it actually halts or put limitations on the full impact that organizations like Way2Love could have, should we have the full support of city and other organizations and foundations in our area. So it can't be just a pick and choose of who we like or who we think we want in these positions. It has to be equitable for all new and old nonprofit organizations and for-profit to come together and work together, because one organization can't do it alone. And one thing that I pride in with Way2Love, we stay in our lane. So we're not an organization that's gonna chase the money. We're gonna do what it is that we're called to do in the city of Richmond, and that is to love on. And love is an action word. It's not something that you just say. You have to show it. And showing it means understanding the people. We can't box them in as those people or all homeless is this way, but we have to begin to give them the tools of case management, tools of job employment, and the training, not just hiring them and saying, oh, they have a job. Right? But giving them the training that they need so they can keep the job. Putting things in place so that when funding runs out, be it a city contract or what have you, our people have the necessary tools to be sustainable, to keep their housing, and then when things get a little rough, they know who to go to provide some support. They can pull the tools out of their toolkit, so to speak, to put into place so that they don't find themselves back on the street. So I've learned so much in this year, and I'm grateful for organizations such as CoBiz, where I've been able to come and meet other community members and network.
You know what? There's no one else I can think of to do the work that you're doing with the compassion and the intent and the true, authentic, collaborative spirit that you move with. And we really want to see the community, the city, the county, and the foundation support you. So can you speak to how can the community show up to support your work? How can foundations rally behind to fund the things that you're doing? How can the city continue to be a collaborative partner with you? And is there any other message that you want to share with us today that you think would be helpful to your work and your cause?
Yes, I think so. The work can't continue without funding, right? So we're not going to be amiss and act like money isn't needed. We need money. And so we need money, we need partnerships. So we need city money, county money, state money, foundational money. But what that partnership look like is aligning with the work, right? And actually going into the community. We need volunteers. We need marketing, right? And so there's a lot of things that is needed, and I would love to meet with some of you one-on-one. You know, it's one thing to hear a video or to see a picture, but I think we've lost the human connection. And so I would love to have a sit down with our community partners and talk about what that looks like. But yes, more information on funding. A lot of times funding is streamlined and only certain people hear about when certain dollars are available. And so we would like to know and how we can be a part of those conversations. I want to be able to sit at tables that's going to help make a difference in the city of Richmond. We are a city of pride and purpose. And so I would like for us to operate as such.
I love it. Now, how can people get in contact with you, Vanessa?
They can visit our website at www.way2loveinc.org, or you can call me 510-827-9859. You can also email us at way2loveinc.org, and the 2 is numeric, okay? And so those are ways that you can contact us.
And do you have a handle for your social media?
Way2Love Inc. Real simple, straight to the point. And that's Instagram as well as Facebook, also YouTube.
And just so you guys know, she'll be providing updates on a monthly basis. But before we close, any closing words?
Yes, there's a way to love. That is right. Let's all do our part.
All right, now we appreciate you.
Thank you.